Welcome to the animated recap. In the franchise of Ice Age 2, we all have seen that how Manny also got a partner Ellie and their group is getting stronger day by day. With the same continuity, the third movie of the franchise was released in 2009, and in this video, we have recapped the third movie of Ice Age series. In the beginning of the movie we again see the same squirrel who was still after its acorn. But this time while it was searching for the acorn, this squirrel finds a female squirrel. But at first they fight fiercely among themselves, and after that they go to great heights, but on seeing the story is also going on. Now we see is running Manny, who was very upset and brought together all the animals to the Ellie. From their behavior we know that Ellie is pregnant and a new baby is coming soon, but Ellie tells that it is just a small baby's kick. After this all the animals say to Manny that why do you get excited so early? At least must have heard Ellie first. And after this we see Diego, who was running after a deer to eat his food. By the time the third movie came, the Diego was too old. That's why he comes to know that he has not been as quick as before. Here Manny has made a garden for his new child. A playground inside which his little elephant could play well. Manny said that no other animal can play inside it. It is here only and only for our child. Then Diego reaches here and tells Manny and Ellie that he is leaving the group and will be leaving alone. Soon I will get old and won't be able to eat by myself. Manny explains a lot to Diego that this group is quite old and why would you leave this group at all? But Diego does not listen to Manny and leaves alone. And now here Sid feels that he also need kids and he cannot live alone anymore. For this reason he moves forward, but his foot gets stuck in a hole. And by going down he finds a huge cave and 3 eggs. Now Sid starts to consider those eggs as his own. Sid brings those eggs upside and makes drawings on those like himself and tries to take those eggs to his home safely. But on the way these eggs start to show their circus. These eggs were about to break by falling, but then Ellie saves these eggs. Manny and Ellie explains to Sid that these are not his eggs. Their mother must be worried about them a lot. But Sid says these are my children and they will stay with me from now onwards. Manny snubs Sid and asks him to return those eggs. Sid takes back the eggs and goes to the place from where he brought these eggs. But due to cold and night time, he places these eggs at one side. And when light falls on these eggs, he sees the children inside the eggs. And after this Sid sleeps with eggs with great love. Next day the eggs hatched. And the animals that came out from these eggs were quite interesting because these were the children of dinosaur. These 3 dinosaur children considered Sid as their mother. The children were following the Sid. Whatever the Sid was doing, the children did the same. Now when the Sid had the children, he started to feel his family complete. And he could do anything for these children. Sid thinks that now he will take these children to the garden for feeding. And after this Sid goes to the Manny's garden. These dinosaur children were so wild and they spoiled the whole playground. Seeing the dinosaurs, the children of other animals also came. There is not a single thing left in the garden which Manny had prepared very well. Manny and Ellie got angry on Sid and said to him, "Why did you brought these kids with you? These are the kids of the dinosaur and they cannot live with us." But Sid tells them that I am their mother and now they will live with me forever. In meanwhile a very loud sound starts coming. This voice was the mother of the dinosaur children, means some other dinosaur came there to find its children. Manny and Ellie starts to run to save their life. And the mama dinosaur, without harming anyone, takes the dinosaur children and Sid with her. Manny thinks that now they have to bring back their friend Sid. Diego also watches mama dinosaur going and realizes that their friend Sid is in great trouble. When Manny was about to leave to find Sid, Ellie also follows him, but Manny forbids Ellie that you are pregnant and you cannot walk with us. But Manny did not listen to the Ellie and says that I can take off myself and if anything happened I will let you know through the code word. And after this all these people enter a cave, and here we see a skeleton of a big dinosaur, crossing which they reach in a different world. It was a forest which nobody has seen till now. This forest was built under the snow. in which there were not only one, two but many dinosaurs here. One dinosaur was about to kill these possums. Manny and Ellie starts to run to save the lives of these possums. To save them, Diego also reaches there. Here Manny asks Diego that how you did come here, then Ellie says that you can discuss these things later. For now just run. When these animals stand at a place, they realize that these are the smallest creatures among all here, and all of them considered themselves to be very small. They were about to die in the midst of big dinosaur when an animal reaches there whose name was Buck, who with the help of his poison food makes all the animals disappear and takes them to different place and asks them the reason for coming here. Where Ellie and Manny ask him, who are you and how are you living here for so many years? Then Buck starts telling them a story. Here Manny and Diego tell him that we have a friend whom dinosaur have taken away. Buck, seeing the footprints, tell them there is a mama dinosaur who has 3 children. She must have brought the Sid here. And first of all she must have taken him to the lava waterfall. Until now Sid must have been killed. So there is no use of finding him, but Manny and Diego did not believe in this, and that's why they leave Buck here and go ahead. Buck says that you cannot go far for a while or that you will be killed by the dinosaurs soon. Meanwhile, at this point we see a squirrel who, again to save his nut, reaches the dinosaur's place, and this time there was a female squirrel with him. And both of them fight all the way. Manny was worried about Ellie, and he was thinking that she must be hungry. And for the same reason he goes to break a fruit, but that fruit was a poison fruit, and Manny and Diego got stuck inside a plant which was about to kill them. Meanwhile Buck reaches there and goes inside the plant, and just like a bomb diffuse in the same way he tries to cut out the blue and red color wings. And finally this big plant opens wide. Manny and Diego escapes from it. Now Buck says to them, I will only help you if you agree to my 3 conditions. And in those conditions the first one is, you will just obey me without asking anything. And straight after this we see the Sid, who was roaming around with its 3 small dinosaur children. Mama dinosaur was about to kill the Sid here, but then the 3 dinosaur children come forward because they were considering Sid as their mother, and this is why they sent their real dinosaur mother away. Then Buck tells them a story that Mama dinosaur and other dinosaurs are nothing in the park. And the scariest among all is the Rudy. If they confronted the Rudy, no one will be able to escape. Despite of all these things, Buck tells them the way ahead. And tells them that if they want to go further they have to cross a forest and a moat, which is the abyss of death. They already had crossed the forest, now it was the matter of moat. And the gas inside it could drive anyone crazy. And for this reason, he first asked Ellie to cross the bridge. He makes Ellie sit inside a skeleton and with him also moves ahead. After which Manny asks Diego and other possums to cross the bridge through the skeleton. At this point, due to inhaling the gas, they start to feel suffocation. Inhaling the gas changes their voices. And they start laughing loudly, after which Ellie asks Buck that whether this gas is harmful or not. Buck tells them that while laughing many animals had lost their lives. For this reason Buck reaches to save the lives of these animals, but by mistake he inhales this gas too. And after which he also starts acting like the other animals who were laughing loudly. And now Ellie starts to think if she was not there, who would have saved their lives. Ellie saves everyone and takes them out. On the other hand, Sid brings broccoli and other vegetables to feed his little dinosaur babies. But how would the dinosaur children have liked these vegetables and fruits? But Mama dinosaur brought non-vegetarian thing for its children. Sid tries to tell the baby dinosaurs that eating the non-veg is not good for them, but dinosaurs were wild animals, so they did not listen to the Sid and eats non-veg, where Mama dinosaur tried to show the Sid that these are after all the kids of dinosaur and Sid cannot become their mother anyway. Mama dinosaur takes its kid and Sid too far from the place as they heard another dinosaur's voice. Here we get to know about the feet of Rudy, that how big that could be. Now here Manny, Ellie and Diego, after staying at night, asks about Buck's life, and Buck tells them that how Rudy took out his one eye. He was a great warrior and Rudy had almost eaten him. But the buck was hanging inside the throat until he just threw it out, after which the buck went straight out, breaking Rudy's one of the teeth. And since then he had a knife, which is actually the tooth of the Rudy. Mama Dinosaur take its children with her. And Sid is left all alone there, but when the night falls, Mama Dinosaur also picks the Sid up and keep it with its children, and as the night falls here, Manny starts thinking about Ellie, whether he is able to take care of her or not. And for this reason, after waking up, he goes to the Ellie. And now we can see the love story of these squirrels, who were fighting at first for a nut, but now slowly their love story is growing. The next morning, Buck tells everyone that how Sid has been killed. Dinosaur must have eaten Sid here. But Manny, Ellie and Diego did not listen to the Buck, and then Buck says that the flag of Lava Mountain is almost there and surely we will find the Sid there. Here the love story of these squirrels was going on, while on the other hand all the animals were crossing a dangerous rock when these mountains start to scramble. Ellie somehow manages to save her life by climbing the mountain, but Manny, Diego and the two possum brothers fall down. On seeing it, while listening to the sounds of these animals here, small dinosaurs comes to that place, where Buck tells them the planning ahead, and he asks Manny and Diego to stay with Ellie, and tells the two possums to come with him to save Sid. Here we come to know that Ellie tries to tell Manny that the baby is about to come soon. On the other hand, Sid have forgotten the way, and Rudy, the biggest dinosaur, is also behind him. Running, Sid reaches to the lava waterfall where it was about to die by falling. Meanwhile, Buck and the possum reaches there riding a dinosaur. Diego tries to reach Ellie, whereas Manny kills the dinosaurs that are coming down. Manny tries to calm Ellie and says her to keep breathing, while the Buck riding on the dinosaur was killing rest of the dinosaurs which were moving forward. On the other hand, Manny and Diego were trying their best to keep Ellie safe from the other small dinosaurs, while the Buck saved Sid before dying and takes him away with him by flying. Later, Manny had reached Ellie, and as soon as it reaches there, first of all he sees a little baby elephant, and soon they also name that baby. Here Buck and Possum together have saved the life of Sid. Sid also had reached there safely, and as soon as it reaches there, first he met the baby girl of Manny and Ellie. Ellie tells Sid that they were very scared for him. Despite of all this, we missed you a lot. After this, Buck tells them it's their time to leave now. But the thing was that how these people would go so easily, as Rudy was still on its way to them. Then Buck makes a new plan. On the way to exit, as Rudy comes out, Diego, Sid and Manny tie a rope around the hands, feet and mouth of Rudy. These all people were about to leave the place, but then the rope breaks by the Sid's foot. Rudy once again sets free. Now who will save all these animals? There was no one in front of them to save them, and all these animals were going to be the breakfast of Rudy. But then Mama Dinosaurs arrives here and pushes Rudy very hard, after which the Rudy falls down in the moat. Mama Dinosaur also brought the small children to meet the Sid before they set to leave. Sid meets them and says goodbye in a very good way. Seeing such a good family bond, Buck becomes very emotional, and everyone then asks Buck to come with them, and this time he gets ready to go with them. Everyone was about to leave this place, and then Buck once again hears the sound of Rudy. Buck says to Diego to go to say goodbye to everyone from his side, as he cannot come along with them now. My life is here, and if there will be no enemy of Rudy here, it will come out of the forest. And if I also don't have any enemy, what will I do? Diego agrees to Buck and leaves. Buck then breaks the skeleton bridge so that nobody can go inside and out of that place. Upon arrival, Diego tells everyone that Buck has gone inside. He has the same life, and he also tells them that he will join the group again and will never leave. Later everyone goes back to the Ellie's playground, where everyone together makes this playground again in a good way. Now here we see the squirrel couple again. Female squirrel takes a lot of work from the male squirrel, and the male squirrel, after getting upset, starts watching its nut and runs after it again, but the female squirrel at once catches the male squirrel, and the stone at which they were standing, due to the strong gas, they start to fly in the air. But still they were not leaving their nut. Male squirrel had got the nut, but at the same time something falls from the sky. Due to that, nut falls back inside, and male squirrels once again gets pretty angry, even starts shouting. And with his shouting, the movie ends. So how did you all like this movie? Please let us know in the comments section. Thanks everyone for watching. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon. So let's meet again in the next movie. Till then, goodbye from our side. See you in the next movie.